Welcome to WFPAW 9W4. We're here with the
you better
Lights
stop
Off
that
Rock
right
Hour.
now. Welcome to Savage Kings.
We're gonna take a call from
This is
Banana
Prince
Hammock
Kurt
1.
Russell. I am here with Joey Rosenberg.
I'm telling you, those channels get your attention first. Like, welcome to the. Today we're gonna bring you.
Yo, I am so ugly when I laugh. Like, it's the funniest thing in the world.
I'm just ugly. the joy on my face is like it belies the lack of confidence.
Yo, you know how they
sometimes.
say a compliment lasts for a long time? I forget how long the compliment lasts for like 3 months or some shit. Oh, Ben Franklin said it.
Who the fuck said that?
I know Ben Franklin.
That's not one of his more known quotes, man.
Yeah, but somebody said that shit. Look it up.
It
All
should have
right?
been. It should have been one of
You
his
the
quotes.
producer. Somebody said that shit. I am riding high. I just came back from a mini vacation.
Yeah. Where were you?
You know what? Fuck it. I was in
Denver. Denver.
And I got called handsome. It's different than when you get called handsome back home. You know what I'm saying? Because then, people.
Was the person high?
It's different when you get called. No,
that
the
should
person,
skew your vision.
No, she was gorgeous.
Oh, no. I'm sure she was gorgeous.
I mean, I think it was the marijuana smoke that's in the ear that got to her.
That'll do it.
But I don't care. If you're fucked up and you compliment somebody, that's a real, true compliment. That's what that means to me.
Oh, like a drunk person speaks sober thoughts?
Yeah, damn right.
I got you.
And a high person gonna call you ugly if you're ugly. I've worked hard on these looks, okay?
It's curated.
I couldn't do shit about these lips, so I had to make sure everything else was good, okay? We all got that one feature that we have to tone. And we got that one moneymaker feature. Jeff, our producer, is your dimples, okay?
Well, thank you,
right
nigga.
there.
Now I'm on a.
You know what I'm saying? No, you know what I'm saying? That's what attracts the women, okay?
Yeah.
It's the dimples. And you know it's true, okay?
I've got
Joey,
Keep trying. keep trying. I knew you weren't gonna have anything ready, so I'm just
Next.
like,
Could I
just
be
keep
real?
trying.
No, it's your nose, okay?
Right.
Bitches love big noses. I can tell you why, okay?
I thought you were gonna say like it's like a fish hook. You know, you hook nosed Jew. You could just grab them like fish and pull them in. Like
Could be
I'm
that
just
Ron
saying,
Jeremy
when you're
type.
down there,
You
it's
never
less
know.
work. You don't even have to come up. Sometimes you could just stay down there and let your nose do the trick.
not the first time I've heard that. Is it really that big of a
Hey,
problem?
yo, if you
Like,
rub your nose on clitoris,
where it does the job.
you just sit there nose.
Because no one ever got their
Oh my
nose
God.
cramped while going
Yeah.
down on it. Like maybe their fingers, but their nose cramped? No, that
That's a new
can't
one.
happen. You can't.
My
have a
nose too
cramp.
flat to do any of that shit. That's why God gave me the extra lip.
So you think he had a choice between like Michael Clark Duncan like nose and just big lips, or like, or did he just be like, we're not gonna do much of either. We're gonna give him a basic nose and relatively large lips. Like
I'm glad I don't have thin lips, but these shits is just bestiality right here. This shit look
Nigga
like
said bestiality.
no, it's some real shit. My lips look like they should be on camels. Like,
Yo.
it irked me sometimes because it just get longer as you get older. Gravity really weigh a motherfucker down.
yeah.
It's like Jordan is hanging off my lip, and he just decided to just.
But you
stay
know what
there.
ain't bad? At least they not like a dark color. You know them dark color motherfuckers that don't smoke? You know, it's just like, why your shit?
No, I think everybody who got dark lip smokes. Okay, because I've seen Whoopi Goldberg. Okay,
Oh,
She smokes.
Shit, I don't know what the fuck.
Whoopi Goldberg's lips is as black as my dog's lips.
Damn, you're going in on Whoopi.
I love Whoopi. Whoopi is my hero, but god damn it, Whoopi, just stop for a month. Okay, let the flesh come back to the lip.
Yeah.
I will smoke with you when you come back. All
She
right?
can't
So-
even put makeup on. Like that shit look
No.
weird.
She put red lipstick on once,
Yeah.
and I know she don't like to do it. It just turned purple.
Ooh. That's funny, actually. I just put that together. I'm like, what
Yeah.
does make purple? I haven't even thought about what makes purple since preschool, like red and blue.
I'm so
Whoopi
glad
Goldberg's
y'all got
lips.
the color shade. Because my jokes would be deep with it. You know?
Yeah.
That took
Yeah,
me a
that's a
second.
good
Well
one.
done. Well done. Sorry, Whoopi, if you're out there.
That's a good
Whoopi, I love you.
I got nothing against you.
No, I never do. Never do. I mean, you can crack on my lips, but my shit's going to stay pink.
Ah, man.
Like pussy or maybe some anus. Okay.
Man, in a roast battle, someone told me that I look like my nose and my chin are in a race to get off my face, which was an awesome roast. And ever since then, I'm like, you know what? That's true.
Coming back from Denver, all I could think about is like I love Denver. Like I really love Denver. I'm thinking about
Moving
Denver
there?
things. Yeah, I would.
Okay.
But like I look at Joey now and I be thinking about him as mountain rages and shit. Like there's the peak, There's a valley. Okay, there's a
Yo,
yeah,
I'm
with-
mad as fuck.
There's the pasture.
And then for me, it's just like bedrock. The lip creases the river. Okay.
So not the cost of living or schools or anything like that. You're just seeing if I would fit in with the Mountie division
Yeah,
in
exactly.
Denver. All right,
Just do this.
just look. I'm gonna like dive like exhaustion with being that high up in the mountains, right? 'Cause
No,
the air
you
is thinner.
don't,
I'm just gonna
believe
be
it or
like
not.
so unathletic.
Oh, like that high? Yeah, I always
Yeah.
thought about that too. But you know what's so funny? Anytime I took a chick like on like mountain excursions, even around here or like upstate New York and shit, like that thin air makes bitches horny. That's just my thing. That I found out. I don't know what.
That's
the fuck
because
Is that what
choking.
that was?
That's what I hoped it was.
It's the
I
choking
thought
thing.
it was the marijuana.
I mean, I'm sure that kicked it into third gear. You know what I mean? I was like,
It's
yeah,
the choking
we here.
thing, man. It goes right back to it. The perfect amount.
Yeah, I
Just
thought
like-
it was like that clear oxygen.
I will
up
tell
there.
you guys what I did not do on this trip.
Jerk off.
I don't do that on a regular. We talk about that. I did not hit the slopes, and I couldn't. I was sharing the room with a female friend, so I could not. I was nigga. Fuck. I seen what
Why
they
couldn't
did
you
to
hit the
Louis.
slopes?
You know what happened?
I mean, with the female
Hold
friend
on.
part of it. Yeah.
No. We wanted to hit the slopes,
yeah.
but like, I seen what they did with Louis C.K., bro. And if I paid for the room, I'm coming in it. Fuck y'all. Like, and that was his own room. Like, it was his own room. So if they did that to Louis, could you imagine what they'd do to a little black boy?
Well, are you gonna ask her to watch you jerk
Yeah,
off
exactly.
in the shower?
Hey,
well, where's the danger here? Like,
You got 10 minutes? I'm
I
about to
can't
check out.
imagine you would be there and watch and not watch somebody jerk off. It's not like you want to watch it, but I mean, what else is going on around you?
oh come on, even the worst hotel rooms in the country got a bathroom with a door on it.
Yeah.
You know, the asking them to watch. That's where it got. Like, if you're just gonna go to the bathroom and rub one out, everybody does that. Vacation.
But
and
I'm
not.
gonna be
Hold
honest.
on. Here's my thing. They were asked, and they were in his room. I'm not defending Louis now,
Mhm.
but he did give you the option. Okay.
Wait. Didn't that little Asian girl say he blocked her in or some shit? Or he jumped on
no,
the
no,
door?
I think he did. I
I
joked
saw he
and
was like,
shit.
hey, you know, I should jerk off, like in
Yeah,
front of the door.
yeah. And
he
I think it was
"Dude."
messed up too. And like that's so juvenile. But how many of us did that when we were kids?
You know what's scary about it though? Fuck the kid part. Did you ever hear the comics that he was like cool with, like Sandler and all this other shit, like defend it? Like, yeah, that's what he does, you know? Like,
Yeah.
wait,
Because
so you
he's
mean to tell me
kid-like.
you grown ass rich men sit around in a circle
And masturbate.
jerk
Yes.
off
Yes.
to each other when you can
God damn it, yes.
when you can
They're
have
bored,
millions of women just come on in?
No.
It's really like you.
Because you done blew past all of them. Okay, now you just want to have a bukkake nigga circle. Okay.
Come
I don't
cookie.
know. I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, I think it's
Oh,
just
gotcha,
because they're
Jeff.
bored. Dude. they're bored.
Gotcha, Kurt.
They got all this money.
Nah, bro.
They have.
Hold on, Chris Rock. I got you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Chris for 3.
Kobe.
4-point play.
Oops, can't say that. Jordan.
R.I.P.
Yo, that fucking Kobe shit had me crying. That shit
Same,
you
dude.
posted up with Jesus crossing that nigga over talking about.
My
You
God.
thought shit was sweet up here? Yo, I wanted to print that bitch out and put it up
Dude.
on the wall. I just wanted to.
That
That
was
was
the
hard.
furthest I went with any Kobe
Yeah.
jokes, and it had Jesus in it. So for my Christian friends, if
Yeah.
y'all were really upset,
That was a good one though. I was like, you know
because I
what?
was like nobody could say because people wanted to too.
Yeah.
They wanted to, and they were like,
Like too soon. Still too soon.
Yeah.
Still too soon.
Nah, this got Jesus in it. I can't say nothing.
But it was the perfect amount of bullshit
Because
it
Yeah.
mixed it with like,
Yeah,
but he
exactly.
Jesus was the only one
Yeah.
that still had more fans that day.
And
it
you know
was
what's
like
crazy?
Kobe's fans versus
People would have
Jesus
been
fans.
outraged if it was the other way around, right? If it was Kobe crossing up Jesus.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Oh,
you would have
yeah.
been blasphemy. Like, how
The
dare
Catholic
you?
Church would have came at me. And how dare you do that
Oh, man.
straight after this motherfucker died?
I bet
shit
half of
was
them are Lakers fans. I don't know.
Hilarious. That shit was
Yeah.
hilarious. I just had to say that.
I had a joke about him too, and I don't know. Maybe I said it here last week. It was about it's not so much about Kobe as it is about how fucked up life is. Like, think about this shit, y'all. Kobe Bryant is gone,
Yeah.
but Magic is still fucking here.
Yeah, I thought about that too.
Nigga, that's Magic.
People
Like,
were calling that out years ago.
I
dude.
understand why they call him that shit now. On some real shit.
Magic
It's
Johnson.
magic that he's still living. It's magic that he got AIDS. And it's magic that he outlived Kobe. I never believed that shit.
It's true. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
dude.
but Kobe died of, circumstances not in his control.
I
It's
don't
not
give
like,
a fuck.
Like the
Okay,
motherfucker had a
Magic
heart
is still
attack or
here.
some shit.
well, it was in
As
his
many
control a
plane
little bit.
rides as Magic has taken? Magic owns the entire nation, and we don't know. Like, you know how they
The
say?
entire nation. What are you talking about?
Motherfucker.
exactly.
Let me explain something to you.
Magic
If
has
he's got-
slaves. You heard it here first.
Okay, if he has television stations and movie theaters, okay, you own motherfuckers. Stop complaining about the Jews owning the media. It's magic, all right? That's all I want to say.
You're probably right. If there's a conspiracy that kept me and my family out
And
of
all
it,
Magic did was
I'm broke.
say, "We're gonna pass the buck on to the Jews." That's what.
It's the easiest
Gonna
play in
hire
the
a couple
book.
of them,
It's
throw them under the bus.
It's the quarterback sneak of plays, man.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
serious.
exactly what it was.
Dude.
I don't trust Magic now.
Really?
How can I?
I love Magic. He could tell me anything, and I'll like,
Magic
ah,
had
he's
aged
so
longer
cool.
than I've been alive.
Dude,
Yeah, he had like the original case almost. It's
Yeah,
like,
for real.
yo, yeah,
Like he had Type A.
That's how the hood knew about.
He had Type A.
I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, but look at what he went through, man. He like his teammates turned his back on him when they found out. Other players wouldn't play him. And bear in mind, I don't like fault Karl Malone for that. I fault him for being kind of a pedophile, but not for not wanting to play against Magic Johnson for when he had HIV when people didn't really know about it. Because like
Bro,
they didn't know
it was
how it
92.
could spread.
You was 10 years in at this point. Pick up a fucking book and read.
No, but
Like,
still,
I
they
don't
didn't know
give
nothing about
no-
AIDS.
I don't give no kind of. Oh, sorry,
Little bit of a
we had
technical
little
difficulty.
Technical difficulties.
Sorry about that.
That's what happens when you have a lame ass producer. That's what happened.
Lame as
Fuck you.
He came in and picked this up. Jeff, whatever love you don't get from Kurt, I will split my CBD cigarettes with you and show you. But like,
It's all right. I already got a contact high. Thank you.
exactly. That's what you're feeling right now. I spoke enough of them.
I don't know how I'm gonna explain this to my boss when I do my drug test. That's it, like you. What happened was it was CBD.
But like the Karl Malone thing is interesting because I don't know how this hasn't been blown up since like the Me Too movement and stuff. Because Karl Malone, people don't really even like remember
See,
this.
I don't remember it.
He had a kid with a 13-year-old and he was 20 when he was in college.
Did he?
Yeah, I mean, now bear in mind it was like Louisiana or one of those southern colleges, so a lot of I guess
Get out.
that region, that time, it was more.
Jeff, could I ask you for a favor?
You know?
Could you look that up real quick?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not even gonna sit here and play.
Trust me,
because
I didn't just throw out
no,
something against
I
the
believe
mailman.
you, but I need Wikipedia proof on this.
I'm surprised it hasn't been brought up. Karl Malone is still very highly regarded in the NBA, and he was one of the greatest players of all time. But that's something that's glossed over, and not to mention, like I don't think he acknowledged the kid for a long time. They had to sue him to prove that he was the father, and he was, because he was about to be a college star. So they weren't they let him go a little bit to get the money, and then sued him. So there was a little bit of something with that.
At
but,
age 20, Karl Malone had a child with a 13-year-old. What the fuck is this?
yes, and I think that kid went on to be in the Buffalo Bills. You're right. Yeah, that actually happened.
Wait, he said he treated. Wow,
Oh,
that's
yeah, I had to
crazy.
open that bitch up. Hold the fuck up.
Yeah, yo. And look at this shit. Now they just selling Karl Malone jerseys. You seen that shit?
It came up
Yeah,
with the rest
That
of
shit
the
was the
results.
Reddit
Wow.
and directly
That's
went over.
crazy.
How has this not been brought up?
Wait, what the
more?
fuck is this?
There's just there's blind spots in everyone's consciousness where they just forget certain stuff.
Oh shit, college sophomore, Louisiana Tech, age 20.
Louisiana.
Committed statutory rape, 13-year-old child, allegedly a family friend. Child became pregnant with Demetrius Bell. Motherfucker.
That is crazy. I did not know.
Yeah, man.
Bell was drafted 7th round of the Buffalo Bills.
Well, he's got some of those mailman
Yo,
genes, man.
I was just about
Yeah, I
to
was about to say the sports
Oh,
team.
no, nah, bro.
What?
Karl Malone got the mailman genes. Cause remember back in the day they said,
That's
yo,
what
who's
it's called. Yeah, the
who's
mailman.
the mailman's kid? Literally.
Like, pretty much, dude. But that's the thing.
I
like,
did not. You know what?
There's blind spots.
That was
Thank you,
88
Joey.
and 89. Shit, nigga, I was only fucking 7 in 89.
Get the fuck out of here. You at least 20 years older than me.
Fuck you, nigga.
I was a couple years away from.
Fuck you.
Yo, I wasn't even born yet.
Me either.
Yeah, y'all 90s kids. Oh, shit.
I wasn't
true.
even born yet. But what's crazy to me is I didn't even realize it was Karl Malone that had the problem with Magic. That's why his ass ain't
can
never
believe
won
it.
no fucking rings. God don't like ugly. You see? That
Yeah,
nigga should have been helping his
yeah.
ass up. Like, come on, bro. I can't get through sweat, but I want to make some good optics. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, he caused. I'm sure that ignorance caused massive problems, which is what they said. It's spread. Don't touch that nigga. His sweat will get you AIDS or some shit like that.
That they didn't. That's the thing. They didn't really know yet. And up
Nah.
until then,
no,
people
they did.
They did, but they didn't know how to really avoid. They didn't know exactly how
Right,
it
how it
spread. They knew
spread.
one way or
Right.
two ways, but what they didn't know, because up until then they were treating AIDS with cancer medicine,
Yeah.
like to kill
Yeah.
to kill every cell, whether to pretty much radiate the fuck out of it from the inside out.
Yeah.
But that ended up killing a lot of patients also
Yeah.
because you're just destroying every
Yeah,
cell.
yeah,
right.
you're killing everything. Yeah,
But
You
they
know?
knew extensively by 83 how it was transmitted.
Yeah.
they botched it. And this is the same thing that's still going on in Africa today in parts of Asia. They botched it, and how they botched it was getting the information out.
You think so?
Oh, yeah, I know so.
Yeah.
I joke a lot about AIDS, but one thing, every December 1st, World AIDS Day, I'm the first person. 1201, happy World AIDS Day. Please go out, get tested, know your status.
Yeah.
I don't joke with that because it's a for real serious thing. I had a friend this is no joke. I was 14 or 15, my first job. I worked at a pizza shop.
Yeah.
Dude was delivering pizzas. And he was an enemy of mine from school. His father. I didn't even know that.
Wow.
I didn't even know it was his stepfather. Because the
That's
kid was
something
black and his dad was white. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like me. But you know what I'm saying?
I was about to say, that's the reason he was the enemy? I thought you were all about racial harmony and bringing people together. Look at
You know, one of us, motherfucker. Goddamn.
You know what I'm saying? Nah, it wasn't even that. Like, we always had, like, sports beef growing up. You know what I'm saying? It was baseball. It was basketball. I was never great, but you know what I'm saying? Good enough to fuck with him. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, and when I discovered it was his father, I was like, yo, this dude's cool. And he was a pastor, too.
Oh.
And he told me how he got to being a pastor, right?
Yeah.
And it was, he used a needle with somebody. Ooh. He was really bad in them days. Went on to marry my classmate's mother.
Yeah.
Damn.
Because in the back of my mind, I'm like, how does that, because he's a pastor.
Yeah.
And he's married to this woman. Married now. I know that at least you get conjugal visits. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Yeah,
Depends
so
on the prison. It depends. They don't all get, like,
I wasn't
Hernandez's
saying
prison,
he was
no
going to
conjugal
jail.
visits.
I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? She got a visit. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? She got to
Right.
make a stop at the penitentiary, Dick. You know what I'm saying? Like, Dick has penitentiary. I got to write it or something. So it was something that
I'm like, go, man, because I'm
Yeah.
interject with some irrelevant stuff, and then the story's going to get nowhere.
Yeah,
Go.
exactly. Look
But,
at
But like, I didn't know how to think about it. But he was the realest dude I ever met. He used to crack a lot of jokes about it. And unfortunately, he passed away. And it was something that levied on my heart for a while because I thought he was joking about AIDS. Till
Really?
Let me tell you when I realized. You know that purple spot they get? Like they get this purple and blue
like
lesions.
the skin. Yeah. The
Lesions
discolorations. Yep.
Came in one day and I saw it and I'm like, oh, he not playing.
Yeah.
Because he had this joke that was real off color that bothered me.
Bothered
And
you?
Yeah, it bothered me. He said, what do you call... What do you call a cracker in water? A white man withering from AIDS. And that shit was and I didn't know, like, I'm 14. I didn't know 15, some shit like that.
Woo! That was a good
60, no, and I'm like, I don't know how to even deal with that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, notice I didn't laugh, everybody. You know?
I couldn't help it. I was just like, wow.
That shit might have been funny, but I didn't. You know,
Wow.
it's still fresh to me.
I got you.
I'll never forget, this dude took me out for ice cream one day. He was like, yo, you're a good kid. I want you to stay on that path. Like, he was really preaching.
Yeah.
Like, God had a purpose for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was catch age and preach. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I hope I don't have to get to that catch age part, but I'll skip over to the preaching. You know?
Yeah, man. My sister's a nurse, man. She's like a visiting nurse, so like similar to social. So she goes to these houses like in the Bronx and in Queens where other social workers have been sent away because like, for some reason, like whatever happened, that the interaction didn't go well. My sister, me and her, she's about 11 years older than me, but me and her have like the same personality, so we're good with people. Yeah. And a lot of the time, her assignments take her to the Bronx, and not even joking, because she has to literally go over these people's medical files with them. Like when she visits them, like 65% of the people that her firm or her nurse practice. I'm not sure which one it is, but it's HIV.
Yeah.
I believe
and this is in the Bronx. I'm like, she just like,
I believe
it is completely underrated how big of a widespread problem HIV is in the
Believe
Bronx.
it or not, it's not to me because I knew that.
I didn't.
I knew that the Bronx is the STD capital on the East Coast. The Bronx
believe it.
specifically.
I definitely could believe it.
And the thing about it is, I used to work with these two gentlemen. They were older than me, so I can't say they're kids, but like we were, the same age range. One dude was from the Bronx, one dude was from Brooklyn, I was from Jersey, so we always had jokes.
Right.
And the dude from Brooklyn always used to excoriate the shit out of homeboy from the Bronx. It was like best friends. But he used to be like, yo, every time he would talk shit about Brooklyn, he'd pull up an STD article on the Bronx.
STDs over 2,000.
Yeah, like, and it was like, he's like, yeah, I know. And I'm like, God.
Yeah, man.
That is crazy.
That's like Patterson of New Jersey. That shit is what, like that, Passaic County, all that whole area. Hot zone, bro.
For real?
Hot zone, yeah, man.
Thank you for telling me. Now I need
Yeah,
to hold on.
yeah. You fuck with a bitch from there, you might, yo, I got this home AIDS test. You might want to just
Hey,
swim.
doctor.
I gotta adjust the distance on my Tinder a little bit. I
I
gotta make it farther away. Take it from 3 miles to 30.
Yo.
I need you to set up 3 appointments for me.
Man, you've been fucking then, haven't you, man? I need to set up 3 appointments and get me 10
Nah, I'm
boxes.
just that scared. No,
Yo, like no, man. I don't blame it, but yeah, that's how it hits, and
Wow,
it's
that's
mostly
crazy.
those poor areas where they push them into.
Yeah.
And you know who keeps track of this shit? Besides the government, they keep track of all that shit, the CDC and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like your neighborhood pharmacies, they keep track of it.
Yeah,
like
I believe
CVS, your Walgreens, Dwayne Reeds and shit.
believe that.
They have a whole database. They with all the information, with the people who's taking this type of medicine, it's all scattered there, bro. All that shit is there.
You know what I like though? I like it when a woman comes into your house and go through your medicine cabinet to see if you got AIDS-related drugs in
Then
that
it
bitch.
shows that she cares. Yeah.
It does. No, it does.
I'm really
I
mad.
like
You
that
said it
shit.
shows that she cares.
No, it does.
Bitch, ask.
Because I
Like,
called my
you.
ex out on that
Tested?
shit the other day. She's like, I need to know if you got something. And I was like, I'm glad you did it. I wasn't calling you out in a bad way. Because I want you to see my shit clean. You know what I'm saying? But, nah, because I do the same shit. As a guy, fuck that. I do that shit too.
Take a little peek.
Yeah.
Nigga, I go through the bag every once in a while. If
I ain't
see
gonna
some-
lie.
Yeah,
Yo,
I just look at the plunger.
for real.
after you said the plunge.
I just look at the
No,
plunger.
that is
There has to be a clean plunger there, or I'm getting out.
Nah, I took the medicine cabinet.
yeah, I was about
Because
to
your
say.
plunger will be fucked up. And you'll be going, I need magic.
Connect me to that nigga now. Nigga, what's that shit you take? Nigga, yo, nah, but after I did my pharmacy technician stint, oh my nigga, yeah,
You did that for real?
yeah, I did that shit. Yeah, I did a
They get
internship
paid
at
good.
Bergen Regional. Huh?
They get paid good. What you do?
If you're in the hospital, you get paid good. If you do retail, you better be the pharmacist to get paid good. But other than that, yeah.
God, man,
But the thing is, it hipped you to all the drugs and what the fuck they were for. So now I know all these psych meds and all shit like that. And bitches like, oh, I'll just get a little moody every now and then. No, bitch, you crazy.
There you
I've
go.
seen all the drugs that you gonna take.
Yo, can you send me a
Bitch.
list?
I'm about to
This
put
is
it on
collusion.
screen at the end.
This
scrolling.
is conspiracy.
Like,
This is what they. This is what that is. Hey,
Yeah.
you're way too excited
Yeah,
right now. Look
yo.
at your face, like, oh
Nah.
my god.
yo,
Because I need a list of these drugs. Which ones I got to look out
A
for?
lot of
All of
motherfuckers. Yeah,
I need to know the herpes ones. I need to know the AIDS ones. Anything for gonorrhea and syphilis. I think that's just amoxicillin, though.
Dude,
Uh,
Jeff's other job might be watching this at
Yeah,
some
yeah,
point.
exactly,
You
like,
can't even acknowledge, like,
Fire this motherfucker.
I'm not asking you to drop names. I'm asking you to drop drugs, okay?
just
Yeah.
don't.
I need to know what I'm looking for.
Nah, but it's
Stay out of
definitely.
the Bronx.
I'm gonna say if you guys are like, not to say snoopers, but you're snoopering like that, yeah, you definitely need to look out for that shit too, because that's one of those like you can't keep a relationship in 3 years and you bad as fuck, and motherfuckers just always want to leave. You know what I'm saying? Shit just be in your head like, what's wrong with you? And then you find out she bipolar or something, you gonna be like, oh nigga, I got to go.
Yeah.
I had an ex like that once, though, where she cheated,
Yeah.
I mean,
caught some shit.
Ooh.
And I was looking at the medicine,
She
bro.
cheat a
Like,
lot?
huh?
She cheat a lot.
I found out after the fact.
Mm.
I'm grateful as fuck I dodged bullets, nigga.
Yeah.
But
Yo,
but
I'm
then you
being
gotta
serious.
sit there. But then you gotta sit there and you look and you're like, yo, wait, this is real shit.
Yeah. Yeah, bro.
Like
yeah.
amoxicillin, nigga. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Moxicillin. What isn't that for? Like a headache or something? Like
No.
what's that for?
No,
It's like
no,
penicillin.
Amoxicillin is it's like penicillin. It's
It's for gonorrhea and the clap.
Wow. Okay.
Hey, either don't hurt me. It's
I
only a
confused
little bit
that.
of herpes.
But like, yeah, man. I mean, you got to be careful, dude. Like, there was this girl I dated right after I was in a long-term relationship with this girl for 3 years, and like whatever. Then there was a girl I got into a relationship for a couple months after that.
Oh,
And
your
I-
rebound chick.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, I was stupid because I was still kind of like broken a little bit from the previous relationship. 3 years
Yep.
is a long time.
I've been there.
So I overlooked a couple of those little red flags, and one of them was that like she seemed to be always sick. You know, I'm like, all right, fine, that's not her fault. Then she starts fainting in public. she starts like telling. Pretty much, she's at my house for weeks.
Oh, like.
And this is
Eminem's
only a
mama?
month into the relationship. I'm serious. Like full dependence.
She was pregnant.
No, thank
okay.
God. But I'm getting to that. Trust me, I'll get
yeah,
there.
I was about to be like.
So now this is about one weekend. I must have taken her in and out of 4 different hospitals: Passaic, New York. Like just taking her because she keeps. We get into the hospital. She's fainting in the waiting room, and like hitting her head. And then we're taking her in, and it seems like the nurses and doctors are taking her less and less seriously everywhere we go. And I'm like, okay, what is going on? And then by the last hospital, I've been awake for about 80 somewhat hours. Before I finally got some rest, I counted how long I'd been awake. It'd been about 80 something hours. I went to this last hospital in Passaic.
Yeah.
And the Spanish, like one of a nurse, she spoke like only Spanish, barely any English, but she kind of like looked at me. She said, "Look at machine. Look at machine." And I'm like, okay. Now remember, she's throwing, she's fainting. She's having seizures. Very convincing one. Her whole body seizing, whatever. And up until then, no one's really reacting to us. I'm like, what's going on? So the nurse is like, look at the machine. So when I got to this hospital, I didn't go into the room, but I made just enough noise coming in to let her know that I was there.
Yeah.
And then when she heard that I was there, sure enough, she has one of those seizures.
Yeah.
And that's when she told me to look at the machine. And I look at the machine, and it's not reacting to the seizure, which is impossible. You cannot have a full body seizure and have your heart rate not go up.
Right.
Have your breathing not get interrupted. Have the doctors not freak out to get you to calm down. They knew that she was doing this on purpose.
Oh, she got a mental issue, bro.
That's how I found out. So when it comes to like something like snooping in someone's medical cabinet, I'm like, you know what, fine, because when you're dating somebody and and it's gotten far enough where you're bringing them into your place.
Yeah, man.
I'm like, okay, obviously you're gonna have to expect them to take a piss or something at some point. They're gonna go in and you're gonna leave stuff there. So you're gonna look. I would rather be okay with that than wasting a whole month or 2 months. It was about 2 months, but really 1 month when it got bad. And finding out that way, because the nurse didn't have to tell me that. There were other hospitals that figured it out that didn't tell me.
You know what? But she saved your life.
Yes.
Yeah. On some real shit, because you probably would have been like 3 years with the bitch.
Yes.
So, I don't know, Lord, what's wrong with her? And all of a sudden, you would have been like, somebody would have told you, oh, this bitch been faking since.
Bro,
whenever.
because of
crazy.
how close it was after the relationship that like was real ended, like that fucked me up, dude. That's part of the reason why I went so hard into weed like I did, and why I had to take a break like recently. Like it was just a cycle that fed into each other, and I left myself open to that. Like I thought I was just doing what a good person would do. I'm gonna be there for this girl even though we just started dating because she's sick, and if I just started getting sick when I start dating someone I like, I would hope that they would stay there.
That fucking sucks.
And because of that, that's when I realized like, hey, you can't just be good. You got to be vigilant. You can't be nice to everybody.
You do. Yo, mental health is real.
For real.
That shit is scary because you can't see it. You can't put no fucking signs on it. Motherfuckers didn't walk around.
Yeah.
And the more that I see people advocate for it, it's like, are we hiding it? Because I think a lot of old motherfuckers got it. Motherfuckers ain't started looking for this shit until the 90s.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
Without it.
They didn't start looking for this shit till the 90s. And I guarantee you the motherfuckers got
I don't even joke around. Bro, before it get to that point in my life, I go to a therapist now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I don't even really do shit in the therapist's office.
I get
Well,
you.
Fuck it. I'm
was
so
your week?
emotionally aware of shit, especially about myself, where I'm just like, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm you could do you, I'm gonna do me. And I like all that anxiety is gone. It's just based off of me.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm watching other people because they stumble like, all right. A lot of these kids, they have kids, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll share something real quick. Like me myself, Joe, you know this. Doing IVF myself. I want to be a single father. I don't want to deal with none of these women out here, bro. Not at all.
I don't blame you, man.
Bro, God broke the mold when he made millennial women. He did. Fuck it. Millennials, period. All of us. Okay? He looked at the crack epidemic in area and said, y'all don't deserve to have fucking kids. That's it. He dead ass did. So he said from 85 on, the children going to be broken. And that's all I've dealt with is just broken people. So I said, if they broken, I know I'm fucked up.
I'm going to be honest. And not to cut it off from the story, but I think it's because we're in a high populated area. Like, remember I told you the people keep track of that data? Mm-hmm. If you ever pay attention, being in social service, ask your sister, ask things like that, people swarm to this area. So, because what Middle America does, they withdraw funding for helping people with mental health or physical, whatever you're disabled. You know what I'm saying?
And
But
they
they do it
come
on
to the
purpose so
coast.
they will leave. So everybody's flocking to the coast, west to east. You get what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah.
if you want to find, goddamn, I can't say if you want to, but like in theory, if you trying to find whatever wholesome or sort of semi okay woman, you might have to go like that Midwest
can't do
Bible Belt, and not even saying whatever she like, but you get what I'm saying? Just to
Yeah.
be like, yo, my baby clean. You know,
Yeah.
if IVF wasn't an option for you, but you get what I'm trying to say?
You know what?
Like,
And that makes a
because
lot
the
of
chances
sense. No,
of getting something
but that
are
makes
higher
a lot of sense.
in these
and I'm going to tell you
areas.
why that makes a lot of sense. That would make a lot of sense because that's why the opioid addiction hit middle America so bad. And that's why the only reason why
Yeah.
they're doing anything about it. Because
Yeah.
I remember, I'll never forget this, when I was in high school, we had an opioid problem. It wasn't in the suburbs.
No.
It was in the urban areas.
Yep.
Camden was bad.
Yep.
Gloucester City or something like that.
Well, yeah, Gloucester, whatever you pronounce it. I know
Yeah.
what you're talking about. Yeah.
Right below,
Yep.
okay, Pensauken,
Yep.
okay, Passaic. I remember
Yeah.
Passaic and
Yeah.
Patterson.
Yep.
Nobody talked about it because it was poor-ass Spanish and black kids. The minute that shit hit Dumont, New Jersey,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a
Red
whole
flag.
thing. yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that because they came to school and started teaching everybody.
Yo.
I remember that shit.
that shit was crazy to me. And I remember, like,
Yeah.
being in college, like, oh, y'all sound the alarm now? And it was a while after college, too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we talking like 5 years after I graduated high school. I'm like, y'all are sounding the alarm now only because, you know, Ricky Taylor is getting it. Like, get the fuck out of here.
That's
Why are you
it.
pointing at me? It's
Yeah,
Ricky
no.
Taylor. Call me Menachem Ivanovich. Like, I don't
No,
know.
I was going that
Yeah.
way. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. No, it's true.
when little Terrell was getting it.
They didn't give a fuck. They didn't give two fucks. When
So, I mean, it just
right.
makes a lot of sense.
You
And
are
it just
absolutely
shows you how messed up this is.
yeah,
It's true.
Because you're right. You make people flock to the coast.
Yeah.
and people don't think about it, but the data's there. You know what I'm saying? It's like those financial analysts that read the data and talk about, yo, another crash is coming.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you know the motherfuckers ain't wrong because they knew about the one in 07. Just
Yeah.
ain't nobody say shit, right? They was like, oh, we coolin'.
Yeah.
Let me put this shit away for a rainy day because it's gonna be here next Thursday.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
And not to mention, it's gotten more expensive to live
Bruh.
anywhere near the
they've
city
done that shit
anyway.
on purpose. Yeah.
So people are flooding out of these major metropolitan areas anyway.
Yep.
They're going to these places, and then there's other people coming from the places that they're going to
Going
and
to-
coming in. That's kind of
Yes.
what they want. Like, because the people that are moving here obviously have money to move from where they are
Yes.
to come here, and they have they're not absent-minded about it. But I think
No.
what also brought this up, and why I think millennials are much more like racially aware, they're much more culturally aware, is because these problems, the opioid epidemic, the HIV crisis,
Yeah.
the like everything, the loneliness that everyone's going through, things that I go through that I could attest to.
Yeah.
It's because it finally got from areas with predominantly black and Hispanic people, and then white kids are starting to feel it too. So it is white,
Yeah.
black, Hispanic, Arab, all
That's
kids,
just
all
what he
sons
said.
of
You're
all
right.
sons
That's exactly
of
what I
immigrants.
said.
But
that
nobody
all-
cared
that all
until
co-
the white kids.
And I'm gonna be-
Exactly.
and I'm
But
gonna
they
take
all
it a
can't
step
get
further.
jobs. They all
Right.
can't
Now
get
we're all stuck in the
medicine.
same boat, and it's like, hey, the white folks weren't supposed to be here.
But
You
I'm
know?
gonna take
Exactly.
it and I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I'm gonna take it a step further. Poor white males,
Mm.
young
Mm.
white males, are
Yep.
at such a disadvantage
I get that.
because they're targeted. It's almost like, okay, you go out to like West Virginia and you see that shit. Like
Yeah.
it's targeted on them because now you know what I'm saying, the urban scenarios
Yeah.
are being gentrified.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So now what's
Yeah.
our next target? White males, because if you can get the white male, you can get the white female,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
right? And I've noticed that. Like that was my big thing where I was like, yo, I'm not gonna give a fuck because yada yada yada. No. It's a concentration about poor.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's something and how they've chopped it up is, oh, let's devise ourselves against race.
Yeah.
But really,
It's
it's a
rich versus poor.
socioeconomic problem.
You got
Exactly.
it, bro.
And that's-
nobody's reading it. Yes.
that's-
Nobody's like I've been. Don't get me
That's it.
twisted. I've been studying this shit. I've been looking at it because I'm like, how the fuck do these white kids in West Virginia not see this shit? And they're allowing you to get played.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I look and I'm like, how the fuck
Yep.
are you kids in fucking Washington Heights getting played?
Yep.
And the politicians are just they gleefully happy.
Fuck. Yep. Just enjoying it while
They
it happens.
enjoying
Like,
it.
like, what are you doing?
They enjoying it because they
It's
know
fucked up,
they've
bro.
used
It's fucked
class
up.
warfare,
Yep.
racial warfare, right? Drugs now. They've got the pharmacies involved. That's really why one of the reasons that you can't take the healthcare industry out, right? The way it would be more beneficial to
Too
do
much money in it,
universal.
man.
Yeah, it's an entire sector of our economy. I don't
Yes.
think no other, developed nation has healthcare. We have 11 sectors to our economy.
Well, that ties back to the AIDS thing. Is that it's the reason why medication and science and not just AIDS, but stem cells now. There's all kinds of medical developments that are legal in other countries because they work, and they're illegal in the United States because there are other less effective things that have been paid for already by
Yes.
people in office.
Yes.
And they haven't.
Yeah.
That contract hasn't run out yet. Stall it. The contract hasn't run out yet.
You got it.
So that's the thing. That's where it comes into geez, I saw an article about a girl the other day who she was approved for a transplant and died waiting for a bed.
Motherfucker.
She had made the impossible leap onto getting a transplant. She had a willing donor. The DNA matched, but she died before the bed came.
Fuck.
And I'm like, how much more can you do to people that can't fend for themselves?
I get it.
How many more breaks do people who don't need breaks need to get?
I'm gonna keep it 100. Now I'll take a position on something. I completely believe in universal health care.
Okay.
I just don't see how it's feasible. You get what I'm saying? I don't understand how you
I'm with
get
you
there.
too. In this capitalist society, I don't know how it's gonna work.
And if you look, the one thing I know working with money, right,
Mm-hmm.
is if you take out a sector, it's going to fuck up all the other sectors. Like if you knock out oil,
Domino effect.
commodities, everything skyrockets. Your milk skyrockets, okay? Your T-shirt skyrocket because now how do we figure out what do we use?
But we're citizens.
to
That's
ship
not
that.
our job. That's
Right.
their job. They're supposed to care about finding a way to implement the infrastructure in a way where
So
it
about the
doesn't cause a
government?
domino effect and destroys everyone in the middle
There
class.
is no government that actually gives a fuck about.
I was just
anyone.
about to say
I
they give a
know.
fuck about themselves
I know.
way
I
before
know.
that.
I know.
Yeah,
Yo,
it's a fucked up.
We
thing.
don't even know we're walking through politicians come and shit. They just-
No.
we got you.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy.
No, you're right.
And we walking straight eyed out. I feel like that girl from high school. Y'all know the one we're talking about. We always had one.
The one.
The one.
Her.
It's the truth, man.
No.
Nah, it's sad. Like it's a
It
real
is.
sad thing. I
Yeah,
do
bro.
want to just close on this really quickly and get to this.
Take your time.
Some of y'all gonna have to stop blaming your fucking period for shit. I'm sick and tired of this shit.
I'm
bro.
sorry, man. I didn't mean to. I was just, I had a long day, and
I'm sick and tired of this shit.
I had a
When
long.
shit go left, it's your period. What the fuck is that? You've had this shit since you were 12. You know what time it's fucking coming. Hedge against that motherfucker.
They could be late. If you're late, look, if it's one thing the regular, but if you're late, I would be very, very just agitated to be like, man, fuck you. I don't know if I'm pregnant or not. Give me my Twizzlers. Give me my fucking Twizzlers.
I don't want to hear your attitude
Like-
talking about my period is coming. Nobody give a fuck. You can't. No, hold on. How the fuck can you run for office and say I'm gonna make a clear sounding mind, but the hormones gonna fuck with me between the 3rd and the 7th of every month?
Are you talking
know
about
what I'm
Elizabeth Warren? Because I think she's menopausal, man. I think every
Yo.
female in politics is menopausal right now.
And menopause is an issue too. Okay,
And
I've
this-
seen the chin hair that come the fuck out.
Except for AOC. She's young.
And this, kids, is why we're a savage gang. This kid, he has been holding that motherfucker in since about
That's why he let me talk
6:45.
He's like, I
And you
better
know
let
what?
him. I better let
And
him
you
take
know what?
over.
Fuck it. I want the taxes to go up on sanitary napkins. I used to advocate for no tax on the pink tax,
Pink tax.
but now I'm absolutely pissed the hell off.
Mm.
Kind of explanations I get. I can't do that. I have my period. Nigga, I'm sure Beyonce hit the stage once or twice with that shit, and she did just fine.
She looked angry though, man. Do you think that was the Super Bowl performance
Yo.
where she was angry as hell?
Yeah, I remember
The hulking. I mean, that was a great performance. But
the
that,
way J-Lo was moving, it looked like she still get her period. Okay.
oh my
Shit.
god, dude. Dude,
All right.
she got
Well,
men in trouble.
I
She got
think
men in
she's about
trouble.
hitting
with
menopause.
that.
She's in 50s, but yeah, she probably she got one egg left.
She's 50.
Dude,
got
they're
one
dipping
egg
her in like
And quite
baby
frankly,
dolphin blood or something. I don't know what they're doing for that skin. Like
I'm
they're
gonna
just
tell
like
all men and women this shit right here, because y'all
dolphin blood.
sat down and ogled a 50-year-old woman, okay, because she looked good and shit.
And a 43-year-old one too.
Okay.
Shakira was looking nice.
Shakira was looking even better, if you ask me.
Yeah, yeah.
Diddy touched it, so I'm not interested. Okay.
He said
Diddy-
Shakira?
No.
Oh, I was like, when do you hit that?
If Diddy did it, I don't want it. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it goes for me. Not that ass.
bad
If
boy.
I wouldn't
I
touch
ain't
Cassie.
Yes, you would, nigga. No,
I
don't
would
even
not.
hit me with that.
I
Don't
would
even hit
not.
me with that.
I would not.
As we proceed to give you what you need. Bad boy.
Nah,
Yes, you
I'm not.
would.
I'm no. Mm-mm. It's like one of the Jacksons. You just don't touch it. Okay. If it's got Jackson on the end of it, I don't care how bad Janet is. I've seen her brother. You know what I'm saying? And they definitely have the same plastic surgeon. That's all I'm saying.
You
Yeah, they
did a
all
good
do.
job. I got you. You know. Who
No,
knows?
he did not.
If
Somebody
it's-
paid for Randy shit. I
And
was
look,
like, yo, who did
If his plastic surgeon had been there the night he overdosed, maybe he'd be alive. Maybe he could have done something. I don't know.
Who
He
knows?
tried having another doctor there and it didn't work out. That guy went under the knife a lot of times, came through it every time. He had a
You're
regular
right.
doctor there and he died. So who knows?
I remember when he was telling that interview too. They said, Michael, how many surgeries have you had in your nose? 2. I was like, is this nigga's an umpire now? Like, what the fuck?
Strike 2 ball.
No, but like, we can all do what J-Lo do. I don't understand what we ogling. Take a pole dancing class, motherfucker, and lose some goddamn weight.
I give you
okay?
that. Yeah,
Take some dancing classes. We could all take dancing classes. We could all benefit. It don't make you any worse. Stop making excuses for yourselves. Just because you're 50 don't mean it's over.
Who
Okay,
hurt
I'm
you?
sick and tired of these fucking 50-year-old dudes, right, trying to push up on fucking, well, anybody. When they have that whole fucking, you know the ones I'm talking about, too. They come in the Speedo at the beach.
Yeah.
This is about to
And
get
they-
specific soon. And it's going to be like,
bro.
don't you hate when guys just ogle women and you're standing behind the bus stop and hey, they're like, Jeff, get off me. I tell you every day, get off me, Jeff. You're like, wait a minute. Is this about like, in general or did some guy named Jeff like dry hump your leg at the bus stop?
No, I'm just saying they got tits down to their fucking navel, and they have audacity to talk about women. That's all I'm saying. And I have an issue with the women that talk about men too, that be big as fuck, sitting there talking about, oh, J-Lo look disgusting in that shit. Why would she do that for the kids? Bitch, you would do it if your body looked like that. Because
Yeah.
I know if I was a woman and my body looked like that, nigga, my ass would have been more in the camera.
You're not
Matter
wrong.
of fact, I would have just backed it up in the camera.
Not to
Okay?
mention, she didn't get paid. Like the performers don't get paid for the Super Bowl, so she got all that exposure to expose, which
Hey.
is an irony I can get with because
Let
it
me
was a
explain
great
something.
halftime show.
If you're 50 and you look like that and you don't flaunt it, you're an asshole.
You know,
Period.
now that's true. That's true.
You're
'Cause
an
when
asshole.
When you see them old ladies at the gym who look like that, they be on tight everything.
Yeah.
Everything tight.
Right? Because I'm
Everything.
not gonna work this hard to
Yeah.
cover it up. I'm
Well,
not.
I don't blame them.
No.
That's why I don't trust like whenever like you have like a really docile old women like hi, how are you? I'm
Nah,
like
they was
you were a
freaks.
whore in your
And
high
they
school.
Yeah,
Still
it was.
You have nothing to be ashamed of. You don't have to
And
take
the
up.
sad
this
part
old
is,
woman
if their
act.
body was better, they still be a whore. They be one of them granny whores. They
That's what
would,
I'm saying.
Yeah.
And you know what's even crazier? They suck a dick at the temp of a dime. That's what the scariest shit.
You know this personally, don't you?
Oh, let Handy
Kurt was
May
there
take-
like, I got 250. What you want to do?
You got to meet my girl
let Miss Handy
Clementine.
May take care of you now. And when you're done, I'm gonna make you shepherd's pie.
Thank you, Winifred. Thank you. What was World War I like?
Kurt was like, that's the best lunch I ever had. Like, yeah.
Oh shit! I forgot to wash my hands.
I mean, because old
sorry,
women don't
Miss
get
Handy.
that look of horror that guys get on their face
No,
when they
because
get
they've
older.
seen a million dicks and Louis C.K.'s on top of it. So I'm
shit.
of course they not scared of shit.
Nah, man. If anything, that's gonna be like, he's ginger, and his dick is small.
Oh, shit. That was rough.
Look, I'm just saying they've seen their fair share of penis. Okay, there's a point where you hit in your life where it's just like, you know what my mom had to say to me one time?
What's
This
that?
shit had me fucked up. My mother said this shit to me.
This is gonna be good, given what we were just talking about.
I was walking through naked because I walk through naked everywhere I go. Okay, I don't give a fuck. Y'all don't like it? Close your eyes. Mother said, that's something like that's disgusting. Why are you doing that? I said, you seen one, you seen all. She said, no, you haven't. Some are bigger than others. Some are smaller. Some are shriveled up. Some don't even come out quite often.
Some got
And I
two
was like,
eyes.
Bitch, you know a lot about that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, how many dicks you seen? How many dicks?
And I forgot you worked in a hospital setting in England. You know what I'm saying? And that's where the freakish dicks come out from. So, you know what I'm saying?
The weirdly circumcised ones, and then the very not circumcised ones.
Yes.
Like
yes, that would describe the UK.
Oh my god, I forgot you've been to the UK a lot.
Too
man.
many times.
Damn. I never even been there.
You got some weird stories, huh? That's what you're saying.
I don't like anybody from the UK. I got friends out there. I keep a distance. Okay?
Stupid.
You seen like dicks with eyebrows and stuff like
Motherfucker,
that?
I seen a dick with a mustache and some one of them fake glasses with the eyebrows on it. You know them Inspector Gadget shit.
Man, stocks and bonds. They got their own like their
And the
own
dick
dating
only
life.
got but one eye, so I don't understand why he had glasses.
Mr. Peanuts and
had a
Admiral.
monocle.
The Monopoly guy.
Yo, before
Would you like a Monopoly?
Before we actually end this, there is something I'm gonna say to y'all. I heard a comic last week. This shit fucked me up.
Oh boy.
I heard a comic say he was born without a pee hole.
Oh.
So when he was born, and it wasn't even funny, but it was fucking hilarious. You know what I'm saying?
It's like
he's like,
what a fucking
yeah,
hurdle.
and he wasn't trying to do no set. He was just talking. He was like, yeah, so you know they had to create a pee hole for me. And I'm sitting there like, nigga, but what about your urethra? Like,
yeah, you got real technical.
Yeah,
no,
like-
nigga, it comes.
but how? What exactly? How? Because there's a whole canal. Like,
Well, I'm sure they implemented the piping. You know what I mean? When you have like a toilet, you don't just get a toilet and put it there. You get the whole you get the pipe drilled in there. You get
that's the first time I was That's the first time I sat down and thought about dick. Like, I never thought about dick before. Like, I thought they all came with a standard pee hole. I didn't know that shit was extra necessity. I had no idea. You know, it's like you go buy a car, the radio come with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm surprised that circumcision doesn't happen. That doesn't happen more often. The scar tissue, where like it might just like heal up and then you got
Right.
because that's
Right,
what
right.
happened to Johnny Knoxville with that urethra injury. Like he that's the thing. He keeps on getting scar tissue growing over his pee hole, and that's why he's so hobbled now. I don't know how they're even entertaining another jackass, but like the scar tissue.
Hey, yo, he need to leave the dick shit alone. Fuck
I
that.
feel like he's
that
done
was
enough.
God warning him. Like,
I
stop.
didn't even know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. I was just like,
Because
yeah,
every
bro.
time I see Johnny Knoxville do a
Stunt.
the penis stuff.
do an interview, he looked happy as fuck to me. I know if my
Oh,
dick was
yeah.
mutilated, I would not be happy.
Oh,
Mm.
Yeah.
See, that's the difference between white people and black people. Black people dick be fucked up. You know, because we be mad and shit. White people, hi, how you doing? All right, it's just a little off the top.
Well, it's like
4.5 inches to be exact.
well, it's like if your hut gets washed away, you'll be pissed. But if your house, it has a little thing on it, you're gonna be like, man, my house is screwed up. You
Nah,
understand
nigga,
what I'm
dick's a
saying?
dick. Don't wash shit away. Like
Yeah, really don't. Really don't.
that shit had me because Johnny Knoxville is funny as hell.
Mm-hmm.
But I did not know that. I'm glad because I don't look up penis.
But you
What-
know, but you know what's so funny? They did too many dick injuries for me.
Mm.
All that other shit, like jumping off cliffs and like riding up ramps, okay. But then they just constantly beat each other in the balls and had the
Yeah.
animals bite them and the dick. I'm like, nah, bro, I'm out. I quit. The season ain't for me.
It was like cringy.
Let me explain something to you.
Yeah.
After the first time I seen that shit, I was like, I heard Rochambeau. Peace.
yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I'm
have
not
fun.
about to kill my balls.
Yeah,
you know?
Dude,
Exactly.
best character on that whole thing was Party Boy Pontius. Whenever he'd play the techno and they just start dancing in like a
Yeah.
thong and just like you would do it in Japan, so they were culturally like you didn't know what they might do because you're not from there when you do something like that. Like if you do it around here, you might have an idea or do it where
They
like
they got
Look, do it
murder.
for
Party
the culture.
Boy.
Do it for your career,
Yeah.
but don't do that. No. Your dick got to be with you. That homie was there when you was born, and that motherfucker shouldn't look that much different when you go out. I'm so sorry.
They're gonna have his own casket. They're gonna have a casket in the casket sitting next to him.
I
That's
on
what
some
it
real shit. If I die young, I hope my dick just jump off my body and go and find find a small dick motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Just let that motherfucker have a little bit of fun.
Are you gonna donate your shit to science? Like, you know what? Graft my dick
Yo,
on
I
someone.
found out
See,
micro
that's-
See if my
penis.
dick's
I
got
found out the
CTE.
other day micro penis is a real thing. I
Yeah.
would donate my dick.
Yeah.
Okay.
And huge clitoris too. The woman with the huge clitoris.
That's the
just
thing.
like a little should be like the
Penis?
size of a finger, look like almost like a dick.
Damn.
Almost. Yeah.
Damn.
That shit for real.
You
Like,
would
when
just
the
don't.
body-
You would
I
don't.
know you've seen one because you like,
I feel like you would donate your
Oh
penis
my
just to like
God,
say
you-
like this
oh
is
my
how
God,
big it was.
yeah.
you look traumatized.
No,
Oh,
nigga,
shit.
because yeah.
Yes.
Wait, can I ask a question? Can I ask a question?
You gonna ask it anyway? Look at him. He's like, I'm
He's
gonna
in the
go
hot.
show
You're
with
in the
money.
hot
Oh, wait,
seat
how
now,
do you
man.
know it's not a penis?
It's not because she still has
Come
the
on.
vagina. She still has that.
But you can
and
have
the
a
lips.
vagina and a
Oh,
and a
you could be
penis.
like what they call it,
Hermaphrodite.
You could be hermaphrodite.
Intersex. That's the proper term now.
Whatever. No, is that intersex?
Because
No.
it's usually you have like a penis, but then
maybe.
you'll have breasts, or you'll have a vagina and like a man chest. That's
You do,
but you can have both. You can have a vagina
If-
opening and a penis.
if I understand it from what I read right, because I only met a woman with abnormal sized clitoris.
and she told you straight up.
Yeah, and nigga, I seen it. I was in it. I was there. We was about to rock, and I did, but it was
And she was
pretty
like-
big. But I'm sitting there like, hold the fuck up, because first of all, I was fingering her. And I get down there, I'm like, Scooby Doo, nigga, what the fuck is this? Nigga, what the fuck is this? You didn't know, because the shit.
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo, where are you?
That was. That's
I
the title
want
of this
you to
episode.
come and
You
play.
get to the
now.
lips, and it's like a little. It wasn't like a full size penis. So maybe like what I think of a hermaphrodite, and I don't know, it's probably all different types and forms of shit.
Of course.
But it has a formed where it looked like they may not have a
It didn't look
the balls
formed.
and shit. But no.
Okay.
This was just like a longer version. Like so, like it stuck out. You know what I'm saying? You get to the lips, the shit stuck out a little bit. So I'm down here. I go past the lips. I slide. I'm like, yo, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You like, this a little too long. What's
There's
up?
a lot
I'm
there.
not even
And
gonna
she
sit
was
here.
like, yo. She was like, I don't know. She's like, I hope it don't bother you, whatever. But then when I cut the lights on, and I was like, I had to take a good look, and I was like, oh, okay. It was you know what I mean?
She
But
tried
I was
to
just
sneak
like,
it in the
size.
shadows.
That's it. Yeah.
It was a
But
shadow
like,
game.
if you was just down there free balling, and was like, let me eat it, and you were like, oh, nigga, no.
That's
Yo,
a
I am
lot.
so glad I'm not my character in real life, bro.
Yo.
I am on some real. I'ma tell y'all.
a
I
long
saw
time
that
ago.
shit in a porno once when I was a kid,
Yeah.
and I waited for a long time to ask the
Yeah.
right person.
Yeah.
And I asked the person, and he had no idea. He had no answer for me. He was a dude that knew a whole lot about sex.
I mean, it's not a really common thing.
It's
you know
an
what I mean?
exception, you know.
It's like how many hermaphrodites you gonna run? If you fucked 1,000 women, you know what I mean? It's like one divided by whatever the fuck.
well, natural
whatever that shit
hermaphrodites,
is.
not
Natural
like,
yeah,
not
yeah.
post-op hermaphrodites. You know,
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah.
oh, I'm sorry, transgender, whatever. But I'm saying, like,
Right.
you know.
You know what I mean?
Plus, there's
It's
also
fucked up.
it's
It's weird.
there is
Yo, why
like
my lips
a
look like
duality of
sausages?
it though. Like there's like there's
Like, I'm
girls
so
that
disgusted, my lips turn into sausages.
like there's girls, man, that got like testosterone. Like the guys they end up dating
Yeah.
are soft, and those girls kick their guys' ass. And then there's
Yeah.
guys that are like that.
And
You
it's
know,
all hormonal. You know what I'm saying? A lot of it is.
It
It's
is,
ho-
yeah.
It's hormonal.
It is.
There's
It
nothing
is.
you can do about it. I'm not blaming nobody.
Yeah.
I'm just curious because I'd be fucked up.
Yeah.
Okay? If I saw some shit like that, I'd be like, oh.
The best thing, she was super sensitive. You know what I mean? It's almost, she was very sensitive on it. So
You just trying to justify it. It's all right. Look, we're going to end on that shit because this really messed me up. And I'm going to just do some homework or some shit.
dude, just send a dick pic to a doctor, have him look your shit out,
Yeah.
and just reasure you that this is gonna be okay. We
Yo,
are
this is
savage
wild.
kings. We do this.
We do. Anyway, folks, we will be back next week for another full-on session. And believe you me, you can catch us on Spotify and YouTube. Well, as you already know, because you're listening to us and or watching us. Okay. But you can also catch me at your mama house.
bastard.
Upcoming shows.
Treat her right.
I
Be nice to her.
I have some upcoming shows. I'm hosting March 4th at Broadway Comedy Club, 7 p.m.
Nice,
Okay.
man.
Mhm.
That's some dope shit. You know, and just keep track of the Savcast Instagram. It's the Savage Kings Podcast Instagram. It's at the Savcast. I'm taking a couple weeks of a break from stand up just because last couple weeks just there's been a lot of family stuff going on. I mean, everyone's got it. It happens sometimes, but it just so happens that there's no way I could attend to what was going on. You know, like I wanted to tell you this before. Like we're at this part in the game right now where we're dedicating as much time as we can because we're really doing it. We're trying. We're out
Yeah.
there, but we're not pros yet. We're not getting paid
Mhm.
and surviving on it. And that's one thing I realized lately is that like I'm writing and rehearsing just like I always do, but I can't not survive in the meantime in the name of that because that's me.
Right.
That's me expecting too much of the game.
Yeah.
Right,
That-
right,
like
right.
I'm not at that place yet. It's not at that place for me yet. So I got to make sure I have more money coming in.
It's understood.
so I
man.
could do it. You know, I mean, I don't want to put that pressure on it. I don't want to, because I don't want it to get ruined. I love
Yeah, absolutely
comedy,
right.
so that's why I just got to make sure. So I'm just gonna take a couple weeks. I'm gonna keep writing, rehearsing, and I'll be back. But we'll be here every week. Don't even worry about it. We are Savage Kings. I'm sorry I got all personal there.
It's all right.
See you guys.
Peace.